Good morning, class. Today we will start a new chapter from a Marigold book, Unit 10, Pinocchio. We will read about a little naughty boy here. Let us begin. Once upon a time, an old carpenter bought a very queer piece of wood. As he used his plane on it, he heard a little laughing voice say, "Stop, you are tickling me." The difficult words are queer. Queer means strange. Plane. Plane is a tool which is used to flatten wood. Tickling, to touch in a way that it makes you laugh. So, there was an old carpenter. Carpenter is a person who makes wooden items. He bought a very strange piece of wood. When he was using a plane over it to flatten it, he heard a laughing voice. And that voice said, "Please stop, you are tickling me." That means you are touching me and I am feeling like laughing. The old man was puzzled by the voice. He said, "This is a strange piece of wood. What shall I do with it? I think I will make it into a puppet." The difficult word here is puzzled. Puzzled means to be confused. Puppet. Puppet is a model or a toy which is made out of wood. Now, hearing the voice from the wood, this old man was confused. He thought that this was a very strange piece of wood. Now he was confused. What shall he do of this? So he decided that he will make a puppet out of it. He set to work, and as the puppet boy took shape, the old man said, "He must have a name. I will call him Pinocchio." As soon as he finished making the eyes, the carpenter was amazed to see them move. Before the mouth was made, it began to laugh. "Stop laughing," the old man said. The difficult word here is amazed. Amazed means to be surprised. Now, the carpenter started to work. And as the puppet boy was taking shape, he thought that he should give him a name. And he named him Pinocchio. He has not even completed finishing making the eyes when he saw that the eyes were moving, and he was surprised. Again, when he was making the mouth, it began to laugh. The old man asked Pinocchio to stop laughing. It did stop, but as soon as his back was turned, it put out its tongue, and its nose grew long. No sooner were its hands ready than it snatched off the carpenter's wig and put it on its own head. And then Pinocchio's nose grew longer. The difficult words here are snatched. Snatched means to take away something by force. Wig. Wig is the hair which is not real. Now, the carpenter asked Pinocchio to stop laughing, and Pinocchio obeyed him. But as soon as the carpenter turned his back to do something, what did he do? He put out its tongue, and his nose grew long. Now the hands of the puppet were ready. But as soon as this was done, he snatched off the carpenter's wig and put it on its own head. What happened again? Pinocchio's nose grew longer. It did stop, but as soon as his back was turned, it put out its tongue and its nose grew long. No sooner were its hands ready than it snatched off the carpenter's wig and put it on its own head, and then Pinocchio's nose grew longer. The difficult words here are snatched. Snatched means to take away something by force. Wig is hair which is not real. When the carpenter asked Pinocchio to stop laughing, it obeyed him. But when the carpenter turned his back to do something, what did Pinocchio do? He put out his tongue, and its nose grew long. Now its hands were ready. But as soon as they were ready, what did Pinocchio do? He snatched off the carpenter's wig and put it on its own head. And then its nose grew longer again. When its legs and feet were made, they were too stiff to use, so the carpenter showed Pinocchio how to use them. Now the carpenter decided to send Pinocchio to school, but there Pinocchio did nothing but look for fun. He often ran away from school. Now Pinocchio's legs and feet were ready, but they were very stiff, means they were very hard to be used. The carpenter taught Pinocchio how to use its legs and feet. The carpenter decided that Pinocchio should be sent to school. But Pinocchio was not interested. He was not serious about school. The only thing he wanted was fun. At times, it used to run away from school. "Why don't you go to school?" asked the carpenter. Pinocchio told him a lie, and his nose started growing longer and longer. Each time he was rude to someone or told a lie, his nose grew longer. Finally, Pinocchio said, "I'm glad to be a real boy. I will never lie again." The difficult words are lie. Lie means when you are not honest. Glad. Glad means to be happy. The carpenter asked Pinocchio that why don't you go to school? Why do you run away from school? Pinocchio lied here. And what happened? His nose started to grow longer. So every time he was rude to somebody or he told a lie, what happened to his nose? His nose grew longer. Pinocchio realized what he was doing. He was happy that he was a real boy, and he decided that he would never lie again. So, our explanation for this chapter ends here. Let us look at the difficult words. Carpenter, a person who makes or repairs wooden objects. Queer, strange. Plain, flat. Puzzled means confused or baffled. Puppet is a movable model of a person or animal. Took, got in position. Shape is form. Amazed, greatly surprised. Finished is ended. Stiff is rigid and decided, free from hesitation. Thank you, students. This is all for today. We will meet in the next class very soon. Till then, take care and be safe.